Well, it's time to do some maintenance on our trusty New Holland. So we're going to take off the old bat poo cover and warm up the engine. Try to change the oil every 50 hours, but... So we're going to need some oil, and I like to use Rotella T6 synthetic. It's pretty good stuff. Have maintenance records in case you ever sell your tractor. You can get top buck for it, you know, by having good records. So let's see here, drain, if you can see that. So drain plug 17 mil, and it looks like an 4.8 quarts. Yeah, 4.8. So I just write it down in the manual here, all my notes and stuff. I have a fair amount of them. So it looks like the last time I changed this was, oh, look at that, October of last year. So 1 year oil changes. Yeah, so let's see, I got the oil filters. So yeah, I got plenty left. The one nice thing about this tractor, it takes this Wicks oil filter, and you know, the Japanese are pretty good about this. Well, so are the Americans, I guess. The Japanese engine, the diesel that's in my tractor, uses the same, this is the same part number that fits my little pickup, my Toyota pickup. So I just, you know, order them by the case, and then I have them for my tractor and my pickup, so that comes in pretty handy. Don't forget your rubber dick gloves. Don't want the oil to make you have warts on your hand. Hope you can still hear me. Apologize about crazy air compressor. Break this loose. Hey, Koki. You like doing oil changes too? You do? Oh my goodness. You like oil changes? Oh, where are you going? It should be fine. So this is why it's important to take good maintenance. That way you know what the hell's going on when you did stuff last. Because unless you have, you know, an amazing memory, you're going to forget this shit. So, yeah, I had to modify. They put a smaller battery in here. So I had to cut out some stuff, and then I added this piece of C-channel and this rubber, and I put rubber to isolate it, and this came out pretty good. This is a bigger battery too, 725 cold cranking amps, I think. Oh, cranking amps. Cold cranking amps 580, so plenty for this engine. So we'll take a look at the air filter here, see how crusty that looks. So again, marked it 550 hours. Yeah, it doesn't look too terrible, but it's getting kind of dusty, so I'll see if I got another one. These inner air filters you don't have to replace nearly as much. I want to see if you can get like 500 hours on those. So you can see this has been hanging around for a while. So we'll do the fuel, or we'll do the air filter here now. And you want to be careful you don't go too wild, because that inner filter is, you know, it's kind of fragile. So one thing that I sometimes do is I'll put silicone paste on the inside of the seal. That way not only does it go on better, but or easier, I guess, but it also can prevent, you know, tiny dust particles from getting in. So I think we're going to do that as well. But it only takes a few seconds. I mean, I guess if you're in the field and you don't have time to do any of this, then yeah, forget the silicone paste. Oh, look at that. They put paste on it. See? Yeah, a lot of times you don't, the filter's dry and then you don't get a good seal. I know with dirt bikes and stuff you want to do that too, but yeah, pretty big difference. You know, that the fine particles of dust got in there. So I don't know if you can see it or not, but they did put some kind of goo on here, a pretty nasty layer of it. So we'll spread that out. Alright, so now we got goo all over our hands, which is great, but whatever, we'll jam this baby in here. And I like to rotate it a tiny bit. You can feel it seat. And it's also a good idea to write the hours on it, so we're going to do that as well. I mean, this is part of the fun of owning this crap. Get to do all this maintenance. It's a good time, right? So this thing can only really go on one way. And if it doesn't go on easy like that on your tractor, or you know, whatever you're replacing it on, then it's the filter's probably not on right. So don't force anything. Everything should fit nice. So, I use these channel lock oil filter pliers. I have a couple different sizes. They work pretty good for the most part. Alright, let's see where we left off here. We got to get the oil filter out. It's been draining here for a little while, so should spin right out pretty easy. Just yank it out. We'll get our oil filter here. You got to always make sure you lube up the gasket. So I keep a pump can here with oil, and then we'll just give it the old finger bang here. Alright, so we'll carefully guide it through here. It's kind of a pain, but not super terrible. You want to make sure that it spins on nice and easy. And then I like to just do hand tight. And that's basically all you need there. Alright, so now we need our 4.8 quarts. I did reinstall the drain plug. You don't want to forget that. And this one, oh, that's a good time. I want to say this has happened to me in the past. This filler fills up with air really quickly, and then it goes all over the side of your tractor. Okay, so that was kind of an absolute disaster pouring it in on the side. I'm going to see how it does up here. We'll start it up, see if there's any leaks. Oil went off, so that's good. Okay, folks, it's greasing time. So I highly recommend a grease gun of some sort. I used to do air powered, but then you got to worry about the hose. So if you're not around an air compressor, you got to have one, or you got to use the pump kind, and those suck. So I spent the cash on this Milwaukee. It works fantastic. Oh, hello, friend. Nice of you to join us. You love greasing tractors and things. Yeah. Here. Oh, okay, go ahead. There we go, Tony. So yeah, this is a good investment. A lot of people might already have some Milwaukee stuff, and you just buy the gun. You know, you got the batteries or whatever, and you go.